Hello, my name is Christopher Lee. Welcome to my College 100 final project presentation titled Strategies for Application Management. In this presentation, we will explore a few strategies and techniques to help learners make the most out of their technology. Here's an overview of the presentation. Thesis statement: knowledgeable and efficient use of digital application strategies can increase students' productivity and organization in the college environment. There are numerous articles, books, and journals dedicated to the student and the techniques and tips on practicing of study. Experts have explained how to organize a student's notebook, daily schedule, and even setting up their study environment. The majority of today's students, however, differ greatly from the professors and experts that grew up in a far less advanced technological age. Yet we are still fearful to embrace change and explore new ideas when it comes to using technology, especially for learning and education. There are not a lot of strategies or techniques when it comes to incorporating technology into your academic career. So here we are. The point of this project: providing some strategies that will help students become more efficient, organized, and productive with technology. There are three main strategies that can help a student optimize their technology. The first strategy is to take the time to learn it. By learning, understanding, and getting help when necessary, a student will become more confident in using technology. The second strategy is to organize technology. Just like you would set up your own filing system in a desk, you can do the same with technology by organizing, filing, and freeing up space when needed. The last strategy deals with multiple applications and staying in sync. Finding the right platforms and apps and determining which is best for your use will ultimately help students in their academic career and even beyond. Let us begin with the first strategy. Take the time to learn technology. Help is everywhere. Take the time to learn about different software programs or applications that you use for your studying and/or classes. You're in college to learn, right? This applies not only to your classes, but to the tools you will use as well. Take the time to learn your applications by exploring them or seeking help from someone who already uses it. Most students fall into two main categories concerning technology. Either they don't use it at all or just enough to understand the basics. How many of us just use the Word app for basic word processing? Or how about using a spreadsheet, but still using a calculator to add the numbers? If you try and understand the full capabilities of your app, you'll be amazed at how much these programs can do for you. I know this takes time to learn, but in the long run, especially if you deal with these same applications day in and day out, you will be much better off. Well, where do I go to find this information? That's easy. Odds are that if you have a question about a program, software, or application, not only has it been answered, but there are over 2,000 different solutions posted on YouTube for you to view. In a study relating to medical students and the amount of useful information found on websites like YouTube, it has been determined that the way we learn has evolved with the use of technology, in both strategies that we use and the way information is delivered. YouTube is one of the largest websites on the internet, and because of its popularity and accessibility, it is considered a valuable platform in information sharing. In an article by Marilyn Gilroy, she states, "The idea of adding social networks as educational tools in the academic landscape is catching on fast as colleges recognize the potential to use networks as both marketing tools and learning tools. Learning can happen anywhere, at any time, in all media forms. So it's out there. Go get it." Our next strategy is to organize your electronic workspace. Most students have a certain ritual when it comes to their study habits and study space. They organize their books for their subjects they are studying and keep separate files or notebooks for each. But what happens when we involve technology into our academic life? We still have the same file system and requirements, but now they are located in that little laptop. Instead of carrying 210 pounds of books from class to class, now we just sit down in front of the computer and we have access to more books and videos and notes than ever before. But we still need organization. Is your desktop covered with so many icons you can't even see the background anymore? Does your hard drive look like a bomb detonated, spreading files into chaos? Students can spend a lot of time looking for documents or misplaced papers. Creating your own filing system within your electronic workspace will help. Not only will it help save time, but your sanity as well. Let's talk about email. How many of us have it? How many addresses do you have? Is your inbox overflowing with email? Does your inbox have more junk email than you can read? Most students can answer yes to one or more of these questions. John Kahn has developed a systematic approach called the 5 Ds when it comes to handling information. This system works extremely well not only with email, but also with information. The first D is discard. Is this something I even need? If not, then discard it. If it is readily evident that you have no use for it, then get rid of it. The second D is deal with. Deal with information as it comes to you. If you can't deal with it at the moment, then place it into the next category, which is the third D. Decide future action. This option doesn't mean put it in a pile and forget about it. You mark it up for a follow-up or a time when you want to revisit and then deal with it. Don't let this option be a catch-all for the other Ds. The fourth D is direct. If the information requires someone else, then direct it to them. Make sure that person knows what you want them to do with it, or it could lead to even more frustration and confusion. Lastly, the fifth D, deposit. File away for future reference or action if you're not sure what to do with it. Lastly, you want to make sure that you visit your system regularly and either delete or archive items, similar to like a spring cleaning. Usually between classes or semester is a good time for this to occur. Now remember, deleting and archiving are two different things. Our last strategy deals with staying in sync with multiple platforms and multiple apps. Many students do work across multiple platforms, whether it be a desktop, laptop, tablet, or smartphone. So how do we get our information across the multiple platforms of technology? There are several applications that can help you with this endeavor. Software programs like Dropbox, iCloud, and Google Docs are just a couple apps that allow you to store information on servers that can allow you access to your information across any media platform. Let's talk about finding the right app or software for you to use. There are currently numerous apps and softwares to choose from these days, and it seems like the choices are rapidly growing day by day. So how do you narrow the search for the right app for you? Marsha Mahoney published an article on the International Society for Technology and Education website that may be helpful in determining the right app for you. First, ask you the first questions. Start by defining the problem of practice, which basically means, what are you trying to solve? What are the goals you hope to achieve? Next, address the how of learning. Earlier in the course, we looked at the different learning types. Asking yourself how you want to learn will play a role in determining your choice of application. Narrow down the types of tools that you will use. Does it support multiple communication channels? Is the app specific to one type of content? This may be a factor in your determination. Look for sound advice. Read reviews for the app. Research the app online, or ask current users their thoughts about the app. Lastly, evaluate the tools. Explore the apps and see if it's a right fit for you and your goals in education. Also, you may want to consider how accessible the app is, the privacy and the safeguarding information on the app, and its ease of use. These factors can also play an important role. A quote from Enel's article from the same website states, "Best of all, research shows that when students are engaged in their learning, and they're almost always engaged with their phones when given a choice, they are less likely to succumb to distractions. The goal is to give students ways to use this beloved technology to learn, collaborate, share, and create in meaningful ways. It's time to use the technology to our advantage, and not just a social media tool. True connectivity will begin once we accept this behavior." In this presentation, we discussed a few strategies on how to make the best out of technology in your educational use. Maximizing your applications with some knowledge will build the confidence and lessen the fear usually associated with new and unfamiliar technology. Organization can play a key role not only in the physical world, but in the digital world as well. Finding the right app for the right job that fits your requirements may increase your productivity and motivation. With the understanding of how technology best works for you as a student, you will have a better journey in your academic career. I would like to thank you for taking the time to view this presentation, and I hope it has been helpful. I wish you the best of luck in all your goals.